Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the essay Shyness, My Shield. It is an essay written by Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. Actually, Shyness, My Shield is an extract of Gandhiji's autobiography, My Experiments with Truth. About the author, we know that we know that Gandhiji is also popularly known as Mahatma and Bapuji. He is a great orator. Orator means speaker who influences the society with his words. Truth and non-violence are his principles. As we already said, it was an essay extracted from the Gandhiji's autobiography, My Experiments with the Truth. Let us know the difference between what is biography and autobiography before going to the main topic. What is biography and what is autobiography? We know there are many forms of literature: novel, short stories, drama, etc. Instead of forms, we call as genres. In the genres of literature, biography and autobiography are two similar genres. Both autobiography and biography depicts a life and character sketch of a person. Though these two terms are similar, there is a slight difference. Once let us look into this biography. Biography means life history of a person written by someone. For example, Shakespeare, A Life by Park Hanan. Next, coming to the autobiography, a life history written by himself or herself. Example, Long Walk to Freedom by Nelson Mandela. As we discuss the biography and autobiography, let us look into the narrative. Which kind of narrative is used in biography and which kind of narrative is used in autobiography? In biography, we use she, he, often used third person narrative. In autobiography, it is written in first person. When Gandhiji writes his own biography, he starts with I, so that he writes in first person of narrative. Next, coming to the text, we discussed earlier, it is an extract of Gandhiji's autobiography, My Experiments with the Truth, and this essay is in part 1 of chapter 18. The whole book can be considered as Indian classic. In the book, Gandhi recorded many of his experiences, both personal experiences and freedom fight experiences. Actually, it was originally written in Gujarati language and translated into many languages. In English, it was translated by Mahadev Desai. Next, coming to the summary. What was in text? As the title suggested, Shyness, My Shield, based on Gandhi, how he uses shyness as his shield. Gandhiji was a member of Vegetarian Society and was elected to the executive committee. He was a shy man and rarely spoke in public meetings. In one meeting of Vegetarian Society, a motion was brought to remove Dr. Allison, who was a vegetarian with anti Puritan views. Actually, Gandhiji stayed in London for some period of time. In that time, he was elected to Vegetarian Society. There was a meeting held on Dr. Allison's removal. Mr. Hill. Mr. Hill was head of the Vegetarian Society. He was a rich man and society was dependent on Mr. Hill financially. He was a Puritan. Puritan. What is the meaning of Puritan? Puritan means who believes more in morals. But Dr. Allison was a doctor and he had anti puritanical ideas. He was an advocate and the supporter of new birth control movement. Mr. Hill thought any person who had anti puritanical ideas was unfit to continue in the vegetarian society. So, Hill wanted to put a resolution on Dr. Allison's removal and put that resolution for voting. But Gandhiji respects Dr. Allison's ideas. He believes that there is no relation between Dr. Allison's anti puritanical ideas and vegetarian society's views. How can these two related? So Gandhi wanted to stand in favor of Dr. Allison. Like Gandhiji, many other members in the society also stood in favor of Dr. Allison. Gandhiji also thought it is time to speak bravely in favor of Dr. Allison. He thought to speak many times, but he failed. This time also he couldn't, as he was shy man. So he wrote down all his ideas and thoughts on a paper and got it read by someone else in the meeting. On the day of voting, it was failed. Then Dr. Allison removed from the committee and from the Vegetarian Society. Like Gandhi, some other persons also stood in favor of Dr. Allison. They thought how the both Dr. Allison views and vegetarian views related. How Dr. Allison's anti-puritanical views affect the vegetarian society. Gandhiji respected Dr. Allison's views. Gandhi retained his shyness throughout his stay in England. Several meetings Gandhiji attended, but he couldn't overcome his shyness. Once again, he tried to speak at Ventnor. Ventnor is a place in England. In the party which was given by Gandhi for the departure from England, in that he thought to express his vegetarian views, but he failed. He couldn't proceed more than first sentence. He just thanked the attendees of the dinner and sat down. It was only in South Africa he got over his shyness but never completely overcome it. He always felt shyness to speak in front of the strange audience. Then Gandhiji never felt that his shyness as disadvantage. Though he faced many laughters, he always felt that his shyness was his shield. His shyness is his advantage, contrary to being occasionally exposed himself to laughter. It is because he learned the economy of words. Economy of words means he never speak unnecessarily. His speech neither led mischief nor was a waste of time. He never used unnecessary and thoughtless words. No unnecessary word came from him. His experience taught him that silence is a form of spiritual discipline. He realized a man of few words will rarely be thoughtless in his speech. He will measure every word. Thus, Gandhi explained how his shyness became his shield. His experience taught him that silence is a form of spiritual discipline. This is the summary of the text. Here I have given a small reading comprehension. I will go through once the reading comprehension. It was only in South Africa that I got over this shyness, though I never completely overcame it. It was impossible for me to speak impromptu. I hesitated whenever I had to face strange audiences and avoided making a speech whenever I could. Even today, I do not think I could or would even be inclined to keep a meeting of friends engaged in idle talk. Let's see the comprehension questions. Who is I in the passage? Who is I? As we already discussed, it is an autobiography of Gandhiji. So here I is Gandhiji. Where did Gandhi overcome his shyness? He overcome his shyness in South Africa. What is the meaning of impromptu? Why did Gandhi avoid giving speeches? What is an ideal talk? These are the comprehension questions. Try to answer these questions. Thank you. Thank you. ఎన్ని మినిట్స్ వచ్చింది?